Hey guys, so for today's video, I have another Tested Thursday. I've been loving doing these and you guys seem to be enjoying them. We have the new, like fresh on the market. It actually just launched this weekend on Sunday, I believe. This is the new Tarte Clay Stick Foundation. So I also tried it as a cream bronzer too, so you guys will see that in the video. But pretty much in this video, I'm gonna go through the claims of this foundation. I also show you guys how I apply it for the first time, my first impression. And I'm also gonna do a wear test in this video, which I haven't done before, but a lot of you guys asked for it. So if you guys are interested in checking out my review and first impression on the Tarte Clay Stick Foundation, then make sure to keep on watching. First things first, I wanna prime my skin. I have a couple different products I want to use. First one I really want to use is the Marc Jacobs, actually I'm going to use this second, Invisible Undercover Perfecting Coconut Primer. I've been obsessed with that primer. Like, I just love it. It makes my skin look so healthy. So I'm going to mix some of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and then I'm just going to go ahead and spray some of the Smashbox Primer Water. So I'm just gonna let all of this kind of sink into the skin. That's one of my biggest tips to avoid cakiness, is let your primers and every product step kind of just sink in first. Okay, so I'm super excited to test out these foundations. When I received them in the mail, I didn't even know they were coming. Like, I had no idea they were coming out with the stick foundation. So when I seen it, I was like, yes, please. I hope I really like this one. I know I've seen some people's review. If you have oily skin, I've seen that it can be a bit on the dewy side, but I've been digging the dew lately. Like, I've been liking dewy skin lately, so. So anyways, this is the Tarte Clay Stick. I like how it's just a simple name, Clay Stick. Some of these foundations these days have like literally 5 different words as the name. Anyways, Tarte Clay Stick Foundation. Really cute packaging. The top has like this little pattern on it, and then the shade name on the bottom. So I don't know what shade I'm gonna use. I will say I hope they come out with more shades if I end up loving this foundation, because I couldn't find my perfect shade. I think I'm gonna have to mix 2 different shades. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to mix medium sand and tan sand, right? Is that? Yeah, medium sand and tan sand. Tan sand is just simply too dark, I think. But I think these two, mainly this, and then I'm gonna need to mix in some of this to get my shade. So with the package that they sent out, it also came with a brush, which I thought was really cool. I'm guessing that they're like telling you to use it together. So I'm gonna test it out and use it together in today's video. I do find that stick foundations blend out better with brushes. So I'm just pulling up on my phone here the Tarte Stick Foundation on their website so I can tell you guys the price. It's $49 Canadian. So I'm assuming that's like, what, 30 something US, which I think is pretty good. And I want to see the claims. Okay, so it says, have you fed your skin lately? Our 12-hour creamy matte clay stick feeds your appetite for weightless, natural coverage, and good for you ingredients. Mineral pigments soothe and soften the skin. Amazonian clay, nature's most perfect ingredient for better, longer, truer wear. I'm gonna go ahead and use the shade Tan Sand for the most part, and then add a bit of medium sand in. So let's do this. I'm gonna add a good amount on, because I don't know what it is. Whenever I use stick foundations, I have this like thing in my head that I feel like I only need to put like 2 little strokes and like expect it to be full coverage. So we're gonna use medium sand. I feel like once this is mixed together, it should be good. So we're gonna go ahead and use the brush. I'm kind of excited. I feel like I might love this foundation. I mean, at least I'm like really hoping. Yep, great color match once it's like mixed. I definitely need that medium sand. Like, tan sand is just too deep. For color reference, I am Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk 6.5 and Estee Lauder Double Wear 4W1 Honey Bronze. Blends out so easily. Like, obviously you guys can see that. It's still a bit orangey. Might have to mix some more of medium sand, but that blended out very nicely, and I love this brush. Like, it just made it so easy. This might be like my new go-to foundation brush. Great coverage. I applied quite a bit, and I would expect for the amount that I applied to get more coverage, but it's like pretty good coverage. I'll just add some more of the medium sand. It does look dewy, obviously you guys can see, but I did, to be fair, I used the coconut primer, which does give a bit of a dew. I think it looks super beautiful on the skin. And I really, really love this brush too. I don't know if it's new, I don't know if it's a part of their collection, but whatever it is, I will link it down below, and I definitely would say you guys should pick it up if you're looking for a good foundation brush. So I'm gonna go back and kind of see what it says again and see if I agree with it. So I realized I missed a part. It says product performance. It says a buildable powder to liquid formula. I don't really get the whole powder to liquid thing. It just seemed like a full-on cream formula to me that melts into your skin. It definitely melted into the skin, like super creamy and like buttery, blended very nicely. From medium to full coverage, I do agree it is pretty medium to full. I'm able to get a pretty good full right now with like a little bit of a second layer, leaving a natural finish, pretty natural finish that looks and feels like your own skin. Micro and encapsulated powders that burst with your body. Heat to keep you shine and cake free. Cake free, I can see that because it doesn't look cakey at all. The vegan formula features antioxidant vitamins like vitamin C, E, and Amazonian clay, a total skin balancing powerhouse that hydrates or mattifies depending on your skin type. So this is actually pretty much marketing saying that depending on your your body and your skin type, it's going to recognize if you have oily or dry skin, and it's either going to give you a nice bit of a dew if you have dry skin or a mattifying look if you have oily skin. So here's the shade Tan Deep Honey. Really nice bronzer shade. I love this color, so pretty. And that, oh my god, like this foundation just blends into your skin. Like it really does melt into your skin. And it makes it so easy to work with as a cream bronzer. Because cream bronzing can be a little bit, you know, like I've worked with products before that's like a bit patchy. And this just doesn't do that because it blends in so well. Look, like I barely had to even blend that much. I'm actually getting very curious to see how this foundation is going to wear. I'm actually going to come back in a few hours and we'll see what happened with it. Okay, so I just finished my makeup and I wanted to give you guys a little check-in because it's been about 2.5 hours since I filmed my last clip because I was filming this tutorial and it just took super long. I mean, it's a pretty glam makeup look, so it took long. I filmed the first impression on this foundation around 10 a.m. I'll show you guys the little time. It doesn't look nearly as dewy as it did when I first applied it. And I also want to see how this foundation would be if I used maybe a mattifying primer or just like a regular, you know, like just this one instead of adding the coconut Marc Jacobs one, since that one is kind of dewy as well. So I'm interested to kind of play around with this foundation and see. But yeah, it's not nearly as dewy. My products applied beautifully. My concealer applied, like everything I'm really happy with so far. I'm just kind of curious to see how it's going to wear, if it's going to wear good. Also, I didn't apply a lot of powder. I literally applied the tiniest amount. So I guess we'll see how long wearing this foundation really is. I am going to check in a few hours and kind of give you guys my final opinion on how it wore. Hopefully it wears nicely because I am really liking it. So I will probably be back in a couple hours, maybe before I cook dinner or something like that. Okay guys, so I am back. It is now 5:34. So it's been about 7.5 hours since I initially applied this foundation. And I will say I'm pretty happy with how long it's lasted. I mean, like I've mentioned to you guys, my makeup, I already took off my lashes and I ate some pasta. Other than that, like the actual foundation, I feel like it looks pretty good. I'm actually gonna get a bit closer so you guys can really see. Well, damn, my nose is pretty oily. But I will say I have like a really big softbox lighting like right there. So it's kind of emphasizing it, but if I can just kind of shadow it, and you guys can see that's how it looks in person. So I will say, yeah, like my nose on the side is pretty oily. This is highlight. I purposely did not apply any highlight to the center of my face, like over here on my chin and forehead, so you guys could see truly how it is. Yeah, other than that, like I feel like the foundation wore really nicely. My bronzer is still on really nicely. I mean, I'm like really shocked. And the only thing I can see is the, like, you know, some oiliness around my nose, which happens with almost every single foundation, even if I set with powder, and I only set a tiny bit with powder. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Just a little bit of shine and oiliness right in this area. Again, that happens all the time. Other than that, this foundation wore so well on me. It actually settled down to be quite like a natural finish, like not overly dewy, especially after I finished my full face makeup. Even before I I barely even powdered it. So I know it's not really because of that. Yeah, I don't find it to be overly dewy once my makeup is complete. I'm actually really loving it so far. I'm excited to test it out with different primers and kind of like different powders and different brushes and sponges and just really play with it. And then I will kind of give you guys my updated thoughts in a my May favorites and regrets, definitely. But yeah, that is pretty much my thoughts so far on this foundation. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you enjoy me coming back to check in and do a wear test. Don't mind me, I'm like wearing my baggy house clothes t-shirt. So if you do enjoy these wear tests, please make sure to give a like, thumbs up, and I will definitely keep doing them for foundations, or maybe if you guys want other products, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.